The scene opens in total darkness. A faint radio hiss fills the speakers, the static heartbeat of the universe. Through the noise, a voice whispers, "If the universe is so full of life, then where is everybody?" This question, known as the Fermi Paradox, has echoed through science for over 70 years. Billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, planets beyond counting. Yet not a single confirmed signal, not one radio pulse, not one alien transmission. We've scanned the heavens, listened for whispers, and waited for contact. But the stars remain silent, and some scientists believe that silence isn't random. It's a warning. They think every civilization faces a moment of truth, a barrier so destructive that almost none survive it. They call it the Great Filter, a hidden cosmic checkpoint between life and extinction. And the most terrifying question of all is, have we already passed it, or is it still ahead of us? Before we begin this journey across time, space, and extinction, make sure to subscribe, not just to the channel, but to the idea that knowledge can save us. Because what you're about to hear might change how you see our place in the universe. Forever. The paradox of life. It all began in 1950. Physicist Enrico Fermi sat at lunch with colleagues at Los Alamos National Laboratory. They were discussing UFOs and interstellar travel when Fermi suddenly asked a question that silenced the room. Where is everybody? It was a simple question, but one that shattered assumptions. Because mathematically, the universe should be overflowing with civilizations. Decades later, astronomer Frank Drake tried to quantify that idea. His now famous Drake equation estimated the number of intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. Even with conservative guesses, one civilization for every billion stars. The Milky Way should host hundreds of advanced species. And yet we see nothing. We've detected over 5,000 exoplanets, many in the habitable zone, regions where liquid water can exist. Some orbit stable, sun-like stars. Others circle dim red dwarfs that could burn for trillions of years, long after our sun dies. The math screams that life should be everywhere. But reality whispers nothing back. Our radio telescopes, from Arecibo to Greenbank, from Parkes to China's giant Fast Observatory, have listened for decades. Not one confirmed alien signal. No beacons, no radio chatter. Just cosmic silence. So what's wrong with the equation? Did we miscalculate? Or is something universal erasing civilizations before they can speak? The birth of the Great Filter. In 1998, economist and futurist Robin Hanson proposed a chilling idea. The problem wasn't where the aliens were, but what happened to them. He called it the Great Filter, a stage of development that's almost impossible for life to cross. Hanson wrote, "Humanity seems to have a bright future ahead, but the fact that space near us seems dead tells us something. Somewhere between death and expanding lasting life, there's a great filter. Between the birth of life and the ability to colonize the stars, there's at least one step that almost always kills a species. Maybe it happens early, when chemistry first struggles to become biology, or maybe it happens late, when technology grows faster than wisdom. If the filter is behind us, that's good news. It means we already passed the impossible step, maybe the origin of life itself, and we are rare survivors. But if it's ahead of us, that's terrifying. It means almost every civilization that reached our level destroyed itself before reaching the stars." Hanson's idea reframed the Fermi Paradox. The silence of the cosmos wasn't just empty, it was ominous. The stages of the filter. So what could the Great Filter actually be? Let's break it down into possible barriers, each one a deadly step that few planets may survive. 1. The origin barrier. Life might be incredibly difficult to start. Even on Earth, it took hundreds of millions of years after the planet's formation before the first self-replicating molecules emerged. Maybe most worlds never reach that spark. Maybe chemistry never quite becomes biology. 2. The complexity barrier. For nearly 3 billion years, Earth was ruled by microbes. Single-celled life. The jump to multicellular organisms may have been an astronomical coincidence, a 1 in a trillion event. If that's true, intelligent life might be vanishingly rare simply because most life never evolves beyond bacteria. 3. The intelligence barrier. Even with complex life, intelligence is no guarantee. Dinosaurs dominated Earth for 165 million years without building a single city, computer, or satellite. Intelligence might be a dangerous fluke, not evolution's default path. 4. The technology barrier. Creating advanced technology requires a perfect storm: a stable climate, accessible metals, cooperative societies, and a drive to explore. Many intelligent species could stall here, aware but never industrial. The survival barrier. And finally, the Twarina, the last and deadliest stage. Once a civilization gains power to change its world, it also gains the power to destroy it. Nuclear war, runaway artificial intelligence, climate collapse, engineered pandemics. Each could erase a civilization faster than it can expand to another star. Philosopher Nick Bostrom summarized the fear perfectly. No news is good news. If we found dead civilizations, it would mean the Great Filter is ahead of us. And our future looks grim. The silence of space may not be empty. It might be filled with graves. Searching for signs. In the void. For decades, scientists at the SETI Institute have been scanning the skies for any hint of intelligent life. Narrowband radio signals, artificial light, industrial gases, laser flashes. The result has been painfully consistent. Silence. The wow signal of 1977, a 72-second burst from deep space, was once hailed as proof of alien contact, but no one ever heard it again. Then came fast radio bursts, or FRBS, mysterious millisecond flashes of energy from distant galaxies. For a moment, hope returned, but one by one, most were traced to natural causes: magnetars, collapsing stars, black hole mergers. And the others? They simply stopped. Even our most advanced telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, has studied Earth-like worlds such as TRAPPIST-1e and Kepler-452b, detecting atmospheres, clouds, and maybe even water vapour. But not one molecule screamed life. No chlorophyll. No oxygen-methane imbalance. Just silence. One SETI researcher described it beautifully. And chillingly, it's not that the universe is empty, it's that it's eerily quiet, like walking into a forest after a storm, where every sound has disappeared. Maybe we're early, the first to rise. Or maybe others tried and failed. The psychology of alone. The Great Filter isn't just a scientific idea, it's an existential one. Humans aren't just searching for aliens, we're searching for meaning. Every time a new telescope turns its eye toward the stars, we're not just asking, is anyone out there? We're asking, are we safe? Because the Great Filter forces us to confront a dark possibility that intelligence might carry the seed of its own destruction. Every breakthrough, every leap forward, could be another step toward the edge. Artificial intelligence that surpasses human control. Weapons capable of ending civilization in minutes. An ecosystem pushed beyond repair. Our telescopes may not just be searching outward, they may be warning us inward. Every silent world could be a gravestone. Every lifeless planet, a memorial to those who came before, who dreamed, built, reached, and vanished. NASA scientist Jonathan H. Jung believes we can avoid that fate. In his 2022 paper, Avoiding the Great Filter, he argued that global cooperation, ethical AI, and sustainable technology might be the keys to survival. He wrote, "Knowing the Great Filter exists may be the very reason we can survive it. The first step to avoiding extinction is realizing how close it might be. Humanity's place in the void. So where does that leave us? If the Great Filter is real, humanity stands on its edge, balanced between possibility and annihilation. Maybe we've already passed the hardest stages, the origin, the complexity, the intelligence barriers, and our survival is proof of our uniqueness. If so, we are the dawn of galactic life, the first voice that will echo across the stars. But if the filter lies ahead, then every new invention, every war, every AI experiment could be a test. One wrong move, and we join the silence. Imagine millions of civilizations like ours, each one building cities, discovering science, dreaming of space, and each one falling, before they could ever send a message. It's a haunting image, but it gives our story purpose. If we survive, we might become the proof that the universe can learn, adapt, and rise again. The mirror of extinction. Every civilization faces a mirror, a reflection that asks one question: can you survive yourself? Robin Hanson once warned that the great filter might still be ahead, waiting for us to make one fatal mistake. Maybe other civilizations reached this same moment. Maybe they too invented technology, built satellites and dreamed of stars. Until one choice ended everything: nuclear fire, AI rebellion, biotech gone wrong, a planet consumed by its own pollution, or perhaps a cosmic event beyond anyone's control. A gamma ray burst, a rogue black hole, a silent asteroid impact that resets everything. Whatever it is, the Great Filter may not be a single event, but a pattern, repeating endlessly across galaxies. Civilizations knife EU. In recent years, NASA's Jonathan H. Jang and his team at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory have published warnings. Civilizations may reach a point of no return, where their progress becomes the source of their extinction. It's a cruel paradox. The smarter a species becomes, the faster it can destroy itself. We've created technology capable of saving the planet and ending it. AI that learns faster than we can understand. Weapons powerful enough to erase cities. An atmosphere on the edge of collapse. If the Great Filter is a universal law, then every advanced civilization eventually faces this same knife edge. Some might pass it, but most probably don't. Echoes of the dead. When astronomers look into deep space, they aren't just searching for planets. They're searching for echoes, faint radio patterns, chemical fingerprints of pollution, artificial light glimmering on a distant world. But the silence remains absolute. We found planets with water, with oxygen, with conditions eerily similar to Earth. And yet, no cities, no signals, no signs. Some scientists now believe those planets did host life once. Civilizations that rose, expanded, and then vanished. Their cities long crumbled, their machines silent, their skies empty. The universe might be a graveyard, and we're just the latest wanderers walking through it, unaware that the next tombstone might bear our name. Signs of hope. But there's another side to this story, a hopeful one. If humanity has already passed the Great Filter, then our existence is a miracle. Maybe the hardest step was long behind us, the jump from chemistry to biology. Maybe the rise of intelligence itself is nearly impossible. If that's true, then the reason we see no one else isn't because they died. It's because no one else ever made it this far. We might be the first, the rare exception, the lucky ones. As Robin Hanson said, if the Great Filter lies behind us, then the universe is ours, to explore, to expand, and to fill with life. And maybe that's our destiny. Not just to survive, but to become the first civilization to break the silence, to send our signals into the dark and wait for an answer that might never come, because we'll be the ones giving the universe its first voice. The future test. The next 100 years may decide everything. Will we destroy ourselves through war, greed, and reckless technology? Or will we prove that intelligence can evolve beyond self-destruction? Astronomers now call this era the century of the filter, a time when humanity's choices could echo across galaxies. If we survive this century, if we master our tools instead of being consumed by them, we might live to see the stars. We might one day build colonies on Mars, orbit Titan, sail the oceans of Europa. We might send signals across light years. And maybe, just maybe, another civilization will finally hear us. But if we fail, our world will fade into the same silence that fills the rest of the cosmos. Outro. The silent universe. The universe remains silent. Maybe we were never meant to find anyone else. Or maybe we're simply the first to make it this far. If the Great Filter lies behind us, then the stars are waiting, vast, empty, and ready to be filled with our story. But if it's still ahead, then every choice we make now, every discovery, every act of war or peace, decides whether we join the silence or escape it. This isn't just science, it's a warning. And a mirror showing us what we could become, or what we might lose. So if this story made you think, subscribe. stay curious and keep searching. Because the more we understand the darkness between the stars, the better our chance of surviving it.